There we go. Okay. I need that. Well, that's broken for a second. Okay. That's what I need. Okay. Complete that. And that. And I think could potentially matter. Scale that up because you never know. That might actually be useful if we can figure out how to make those character sheets actually work. Um, I'm going to at least set up what would be the starting area for after session 0. So like the introduction to the new like campaign and all that kind of stuff. I'm just getting my table set up real quick. What the? That's weird. Might help if I go ahead and grab this. How are you doing, Arashi? I said I'm basically getting things set up for like whenever we start the next thing. So like I'm getting what I'll be doing is I'll be setting this up for the first actual session, not session 0. So session 0 will be when we like set up all the characters and I kind of explain how the world will kind of like interact and stuff like that. And then this board will be the first sorry, a burp. Will be the first area that y'all will be in. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Be locked, you are locked. I don't know if I'll actually use this. Well, I might. You never know. Oh, wait, no, I think I understand what the button actually does now. Okay. Can I move the button at all? I can't. So customizing means I can customize the board. If I lock it, then it locks the board. Okay. However, is there a reason why it had to get rid of the grid? Eh. Don't remember where the pieces were. I'll be okay with them. I will say that, there will probably be some kind of restrictions. So, like, for instance, I was telling Gold in the, chat that she can't have, like, a whole swarm of squirrels, for instance. So, like, I'm not against, having, companions. It's possible? I don't know, I've never actually, like, tested it. But I'm okay with just making my own little map, because, so one of the bigger differences here is that since they are gonna be, like, legit guaranteed one-shots, I can just make a map at a time. And I don't have to have multiple different segments of a map. Like we did, with the previous one-shot, where I basically just made way too many fucking interactions. And, yeah. Honestly, I will gladly take those, because then I could probably just use those to make specific areas whenever we're doing our one-shots. Shit. Where was it again? they're already locked together. Why does your brain feel like mush? Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Why are you being... Why are you being difficult? Why are all of you being difficult? Ow. That was my ankle. That. Where don't. Also, hopefully the way that everything gets set up is a bit simpler? Would that be a good word to use? Not as overwhelmingly chaotic. Let's go with that. I do plan on using a experience points level up system. And hopefully by the end of the first session, and technically the first one shot, everyone will be level 2. It just depends on how everyone does. But there shouldn't be too much of an issue with everyone getting to level 2. I'm gonna play dumb by being actually dumb and say, what's TPK? I swear I should know what that is, but my brain's not thinking at the moment. Even though it is. I don't know how this actually works. We'll just get rid of that. That's fine. Oh. No, it shouldn't be anything like that. I would totally say what my actual plan is for the thing, but I don't want to give it away. Actually, Arashi, since you're here, you can actually help me out a little bit. Do me a quick favor and look up and tell me how many different gods and goddesses there are in the D&D universe. I don't need to know their names or anything, because I can look that up later if it's absolutely necessary, but if you could, just tell me how many there are. Could you look up how many different gods and goddesses there are in the D&D universe? I don't need to know their names or anything. I just need to know how many there are. Yes, that's totally where I want to place that one. Oh, that works. Well, technically it does work, but that's not what I needed it to do. Do you have to be directly on that square? Paste it there. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about doing a whole copy paste thing there. What? Okay. That is a stupidly overwhelming number. Probably not going to be in the Dungeon Master's guidebook. Shit, okay. Yeah, that is a lot. I have to amend part of my thing then. No, I don't. No, I don't. I could just establish a rule that I would like everyone to follow a different god or a goddess. Like your ideals and how your character kind of like acts, reacts, all that kind of stuff. They can be similar and stuff like that, but the god or the goddess that your character chooses, I would ask that everyone choose a different one. That could work. How far across is this thing actually? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's the halfway. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so halfway would actually be like that. I don't think 26 can't be cut into thirds. Oh, I mean, would I actually need to cut? No, I don't. Are you talking about what god you want your character to follow? Shit. Damn it. I can place things like Minecraft. Just a stupid mechanic sometimes. Gotcha. One thing I'll definitely do while we go through a session 0 and yawning. As we're like talking about everything, we'll probably have like a list of rules and stuff, and what I'll do is kind of like write them down and put them on the board. That way I can keep referring to them in case I forget. Like, for instance, that ability of Tabby's to basically have a fuckload of money, that should not have been a thing. Her backstory was fine. The bag of holding she had worked fine. It was just popping down 10,000 platinum, like, in quite literally half a second. I am kind of sad she never rolled a 1 on her D10 when I had her roll for her, bag of holding. That would have been funny. I'm almost halfway to covering this thing up. Question is, how would I set that up? Oh. Okay. That would be plugging in a URL, which means that the image that I use would have to have a URL. Still be done. But what I'm doing here, this suits just fine. Maybe a little, later on, like if ever I'm using a, very detailed map kind of thing. Oh, I'm very sure there are tutorials. Damn it. Still wish I knew exactly how big this thing was. I know it's 20 through 46 squares. I had to take a guess. Probably 46 by 92? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Oh, okay. So 46 by 96. 46 tiles by 23 tiles. No, 48 tiles by 23 tiles. My bad. Brain. Just started that and already messed up. Damn it. Yeah, I'd like to finish this without messing up. I say that, but I know it's gonna happen at least one more time. It's time to flip the table. I knew it. I told you I was gonna do it at least one more time. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens at least one more time during these last 3 rows. What did I say? Okay, I'd like to finish this here. No more mistakes. Only got like a dozen left of plates. God damn it. Okay. So now it's covered. Actually, what if I do it from this end? How far do I want to do it though? Games. Oh, this one that's gonna be fucked up. Okay. Games. Just player's handbook. Spawn. Character, creating a class, character origin. Species, heat, equipment, spells. Maybe it's not going to be on this one. Combat. Unity. Okay. Will not be in this one. Where'd they spawn? Don't see those dice trays anywhere. Well, that's fun. Should probably make a side rule specifically because people, mainly Pine, and maybe a couple others, were trolling me with their damn dice. That the dice that y'all use needs to stay on y'all's little table. Those dice trays aren't spawning. I found the limit of how far I can actually go out, though. That does kind of suck. I was hoping we can get the dice trays and then we can actually use those, but since they aren't spawning, then the little tables here will be y'all's dice trays. It's fine. I am gonna want a copy of everyone's character sheet to have with me. One being a printout that I can hold myself. I'm not gonna put like major specifics on them or update them whenever things happen. I just want them so whenever like level ups happen, it allows me to keep track of all of the XP that everyone gets this way at end of sessions or when things happen. Be like, hey, you have leveled up this at the end of the session, that kind of stuff. That also depends on how long it takes for everyone to get to such high levels. Because apparently to have good level up, the first session, everyone should reach level 2. By the end of the second session, everyone should potentially reach level 3. And then from there on, it should be like every 2 or 3 sessions, depending on what happens, that the characters level up. Meanwhile, I have an actual chart that I found online that I screenshotted that actually gives me a an XP list on how everything should go. In fact, I might want to write this down and just have it here. Object, components, cards, nope. Would it be tools? Yeah, it's gonna be the note card. What if I want something bigger than that note card, though? That note card doesn't necessarily have a lot in terms of size. Does that work? That might work. Ah! Why do I have to take up such big areas? Can't. When? Move it. Wow. It won't even let me write. There we go. Unlock. Kill. individual. So what you're about to see me type out, it's gonna be a full generalized thing. So everyone gets like that. It's gonna be like how Dark Souls works, for instance. Once you hit so many souls, you use that and you're able to level up, kind of thing. It'll be the same thing here. And like I said, hopefully by the end of the first session, everyone should be level 2. Encounter builders. What do you mean specifically? Ooh. Arashi, could you send that to me, please? I feel like I would like to play with that for a little bit. Like, the other night, I was, already messing around, because everyone's gonna be level 1, so you can't exactly do a lot of fighting against specific things, right? Especially if, for instance, if you end up fighting things one-on-one and not as a group. So, anything challenge rating wise when it comes to any kind of creature, for instance, that you would fight, would need to be at about a quarter or an 8. That way one person doesn't get overwhelmed by a specific creature, for instance. Especially if that creature happens to be faster than you. Or, for instance, might have flying. A level 1 party versus Tarath. Oh, that sounds dastardly. So, like, I was going through, because I don't have the monster manual book. I mean, I'd have it on here, but I'd rather have, like, a physical, copy. So, like, for instance, the other day, I went to, my local half-price books, and I was able to find, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and, the, Strickhaven, A Curriculum of Chaos books, and bought those. And how I'm setting up the start of everything, I actually got it from the Strixhaven book to an extent, with the idea of a school. However, y'all aren't gonna be in a school. I kind of had the idea pop into my head when I was kind of like browsing through the book, because I was like, what's all in here? Let's look at everything, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, ooh, there's an idea that I can do to start things off with. So, how y'all had that that pseudo maze that y'all went through, and there was like 15 traps they all had to trigger, and they all had like specific requirements they all had to meet, or saves and all that kind of shit, right? Ecto had threw in the idea of puzzles, and so it got my brain working that one thing that I could probably do to at least help start things along is make everyone do like so many intelligence rolls or wisdom rolls, and basically you would do all those rolls, and each one would be categorized as a pass or a fail depending on what you would roll, so on and so forth, kind of thing, right? And if you passed so many of the rolls, then the quote-unquote test would be considered passed and would net you so many experience points, for instance. And it doesn't have to be specifically intelligence or wisdom. I'm just throwing those two out there. It could be something as tedious as, hey, you have this barbell in front of you. I need you to lift it 20 times, and each one needs to be a successful pass roll of at least a 12, for instance. And anything under a 12 is considered a fail. In order to pass, you would need to hit a 70% kind of thing. Like, that kind of thing is going through my head on how I want to get that all set up and going. But then there also could be creatures that you have to fight, just to be like, we need to see how you can handle dealing with at least some small creatures on your own, just to start with, because you're such a weak-ass person, or creature, or whatever the hell you are. That kind of thing. That's just kind of throwing the ideas that's running through my head on the actual session 1. Not session 0, where we're building the characters and blah, 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 blah. I'm talking session 1, when we're actually like, okay, y'all are in the world, let's go. Okay, how far do I want this to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Do I want to do it? Yeah, let's do 8. Delete that row. Objects. Components. I need the walls. I need the corner. Lock that. Lock that. Then we need to clone. And of course you won't let me just do a free floater, huh? If I place you there, will you then go on top of that? You won't do it how I want you to do it though. Let's scale it up at least. that work? I mean, it kind of works. However, that kind of... Okay. Now that works. Because then you're just solid. You're slightly lifted, but that's honestly okay. It's not going to matter. Put you there. There. I wouldn't say Adventures Guild initiation. This is gonna... The way I'm setting it up is gonna be a bit different. I don't want to use the term isekai, but how the entire thing will be set up, it's gonna attempt to feel like one, but it's not. And it's only gonna be for session 1. After that, everything goes back to, like, the normal world shit. It's just how I'm kind of setting it up to an extent. Also, Pine has agreed to sit down with me Monday evening, and we're gonna go through and discuss a bunch of stuff. Probably do a lot of talking about how the first one shot went, and then pick his brain on stuff, get helpful tips and all that kind of stuff and stuff. All the stuff. Did I mention stuff? Also, don't pick on me about the barrels that you can see under the floor. It's not there. You don't see shit. At least my OCD won't get me here because there's no way to fix those little gaps. Able. Actually, that works. That surprisingly works. Okay, cool. We'll lock that. And then we need to clone that. Hydrate! Take for the hydrate. I don't need to be clicking onto the damn barrel. Hopefully this works. Damn, that's off. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of them. Okay. Seven, 10. There's 20 right there. There's 26 and 6, 12. That's 32. 44. Yeah, that can work. Wait. Yeah, that'll still work. That's fine. did that. Wait a second. Or the freaking barrel's not locked. That's why I keep highlighting them, because the barrels aren't locked. That would explain so much right now. Get those locks, I'm not highlighting them anymore. Okay. It's simple, but technically, that's all I actually need to do to the board. At least for the time being. Until I actually fully figure out how I will properly set things up to an extent. And then go about how I'm actually going to figure everything out. Now, in terms of other stuff to add in here. Will you spawn? Okay, you did spawn. That's cool. So there's a red one. We need a blue one. Need a yellow one. Teal one. Need the orange one. Need the green one. don't actually know if I'm gonna need these. Well, I thought I spawned in the other book. I guess I didn't. It should be spawning in, but I'm not seeing it. Mine's got a different cover. Hell, contents are a little bit different too. My book's a bit different. Oh, which one's mine then? Okay. Well, that is probably gonna go ahead and do it for me tonight. Bit shorter stream than I would have liked, but I did start a bit later than what I would have. Plus I still have to do something before I can go to bed. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone for coming out, chilling, chat, and all that kind of good stuff. Right now, consensus is currently going towards an approval of attempting to start with session 0 on September 5th, so that's just over a month away. That gives us time to kind of get things set up and discussions to be had if needed, and then when session 0 happens, we'll get all the character creation stuff done and further discussions can be made there. When the actual series of one-shots will take place, because that's exactly what this is going to be. It's basically going to be a continuation of continuous one-shot. Might meld into a full-fledged like campaign like thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But right now I am hoping to attempt to try to do something at least once a month. That way we have plenty of time to kind of figure things out. And yeah. Ideally, if possible, I know we'll probably end up having to change some stuff here and there. I would like this to be the first Saturday of every month, if possible. I know it might not always be the case because family stuff could happen, personal stuff could happen, all that kind of stuff could happen. But that would be a somewhat preferred ideal situation because that's a lot easier to go ahead and schedule around if everyone already knows and understands, hey, the first Saturday of every month we do this. Plus, that also gives me some time in between to kind of set up the next one shot as well. But with all that being said, I am not going to be doing any kind of raid. I am going to let everyone go do what they want to do. And I need to go take care of a couple of things before I go to bed. While yawning. But again, thank y'all for coming out, chilling, chatting, all that kind of good stuff. I do appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's evenings. And I will hopefully see y'all tomorrow night as well. And I believe I will jump back into Origins and continue on with the story there. But until then, I will see y'all later. Night.